Stanley Kubrick filmed the moon landings, and he tells us clear as day in the film The Shining. Now, this is an age-old topic people have debated for decades, so let's talk about it. In the film, little Danny is playing on a carpet with a unique set of patterns, which closely resemble NASA's launch pad for the Apollo missions. Okay, probably just coincidence, but suddenly out of nowhere, the Overlook Hotel rolls a tennis ball. And then Danny stands up, and the answer is revealed in an instant. Danny's wearing a sweater with a rocket that says Apollo 11. Now, the audience watching the film is literally seeing a symbolic launch of the Apollo 11 as Danny rises from the floor. So Danny, in his Apollo 11 sweatshirt, is then heading to the room 237, the very room he was warned about. Now, in the original book, the room is 217, but Kubrick changed it to 237 because the moon, as we are told, is 237,000 miles away. Now, a funny story, or Toy Story, Woody and Buzz come into references with The Shining. You can see it here on the carpet. It's the same thing we saw earlier, and this was done on purpose. Then there's a reference to 237 when using the computer, another one on the license plate of this garbage truck, and another on the camera of the daycare center. And it even says Overlook, the hotel where The Shining took place. Now, here's a photograph you don't see often. In 1966, Kubrick is seen meeting with NASA officials and employees as well as Arthur C. Clarke. Pretty damning photograph. Just 3 years before the first moon landing, Kubrick happens to be running with NASA, and a well-known author of sci-fi books and the man who helped him create 2001: A Space Odyssey, a #1 box office hit for mental conditioning of the masses. And then, what do you know, 1 year later, the first Apollo mission takes place. You know, at some point, you have to see the signs for what they are, being more than just mere coincidence. And of course, with Disney, you do enough research and you'll find out that Walt Disney was a Freemason, a dark occultist obsessed with magic, and deeply connected with NASA to help propagate the idea of space travel to the masses. You have Nazi scientist Wernher von Braun, lead rocket engineer of NASA, thanks to Operation Paperclip, and the world's greatest animator of his era. But we'll get more into that next time. It's pretty clear that NASA, Hollywood, and Disney are all interconnected, so before you fall for the fake Stanley Kubrick interviews and behind the scenes footage, understand Kubrick has been seen with NASA officials before the movie, during the movie, and left plenty of clues in both The Shining and The Odyssey. If you seek the actual truth, you'll find that this was one of the greatest psyops in history.